So guys, if you are interested to see how I got this look with concealer and powder and just a few other items, then just keep on watching. Alright guys, let's start off with what I did for the skincare. For skincare, I washed my face and I used the Pore Purifying Cleanser Pores No More from Dr. Brandt. Sorry about the lighting with that. You guys can see my hand. But just wanted you guys to see what the exact name is. And then the next thing that I did use was this, I think it's Avene Eau Thermale. It is a thermal spring water facial spray. And it's just good for moisturizing. It's good for sensitive skin. And so that is what I put on directly after the Pores No More from Dr. Brandt. And then after that, all I did was put oil on my face. And did I bring it with me? Yes, I did. So what I did was for two different parts of my face, including my neck. So for my face, I used the Face Hero, and I'm sure you guys are familiar with Face Hero. That is a facial oil, and it's just a dropper like most of the facial serums and oils. Sorry guys. And I put a couple of those on my face, a couple of drops, and I rubbed up and around. I rubbed this way under my eyes. And then for my neck area, since I do have signs of aging there, I'm sorry, you guys, I covered the light. I did use the Elemis Pro Collagen Rose Facial Oil. Although this is a facial oil, I do run it down my neck area here, and I stopped to right about here, and I rubbed up on my neck. So that's the actual the skincare portion of what I do before I do my makeup, no makeup look with just concealer and powder. So let me show you guys the concealer I will be using today. The concealer I'll be using today, and this is for under eye as well as the little imperfections or marks that I have on my face. I'll be using the Pretty Vulgar. I do like this concealer. It's a rather lightweight concealer. They did send me this shade called, it's 65 Shady Lady. I would probably go a little darker. I don't know. Let's just see. Or lighter. I don't know. I forgot. It's been a while, but I do like the consistency. It's creamy, but it's not thick. Some people do prefer thick concealer, but I'm going to go ahead and use this. It's not as thick. So let's go ahead and get started with putting the concealer, and I am going to use my finger to blend it in and then go over it with a beauty blender. So let's go ahead and get started for the concealer portion of this. my translucent powder by Physicians Formula, the Argan Wear that I usually use. I'm going to go in with it's a light powder, dual finish. It is the Lancome Multitasking Powder and Foundation in one. I'm just going to go very lightly with this. You can use translucent powder or a very light setting powder for this, because you did see that I used the NARS Tinted Glow Booster only around the areas that I did want some glow or highlight to. So let's go ahead and get started with this. This is the packaging. The color that I use, let me go ahead and show you. The color that I use is called Bisque, color 410. This is the Lancome dual multitasking powder. So again, let me show you that. So let's go ahead and get started. I will be also bronzing my face, but you will see that right after this. And highlighter, I will be using the Be My Everything palette. I really do like this palette for light blush and highlighter. They do include, I'm not sure what's happening to my light, but they do include what's to be considered, I think over here, the bronzer, but I'm just going to swipe it across for the highlighter and put the center in for the blush. So that's what I'm going to do for that. I used the butter bronzer from Physicians Formula. I did not use the bronzer that came in the Be My Everything from Joa Beauty. It's just not my shade. It's good to swipe for the whole highlighter slash blush look, but not just for bronzing on my skin tone. But I went on ahead and I bronzed using this, and guys, that does complete my look. Let me go ahead and pop on my lipstick, and I believe I might have used, I love this lipstick by Joa Beauty. Let me see if I have it. If not, I'll go ahead and just pop something on. So guys, that does do it for my easy on the go look, just using your regular skincare, light powder and a concealer and blush or highlighter and lipstick or whatever else you want to use. Of course, eyeshadow if you do use that. I could have very well, instead of using my W7, which I do, by the way, like their eyeshadows. They have little to no fallout. This palette has no fallout. I do like their eyeshadows, but that is just, it's very light. I call it no makeup because there was no foundation used. The NARS Tinted Glow Booster, it is your choice to use that if you so choose, but I did that just for a little glow along the cheeks and the nose area. But guys, that is it. I think this is a very easy look. I am going to go ahead and do a wear test, and I'm going to wear this all day, come back to you and let you know and see what my thoughts are and what I think of it and how it wears. Of course, this is a no makeup look. However, I do want to let you see what happens with the concealer and how it reacts with the other products I did put on my face. So it is right now, it is 12 o'clock on the dot, and I will try to check in with you, whether it be in the car or back home, just to see how this no makeup look lasts. All right, guys, it is 3 or 4 hours later. I admit I wasn't keeping too much track. I think I started at 12. It is 3 or 4 hours later. You can see I'm a little bit shiny here, a little bit shiny in here, but for the most part, let me zoom it on in. Just a little bit here, and I can feel that it's a little bit oily here. But for the most part, what I like about this no makeup look is that you're putting powder, either translucent or a light foundation powder on, which is why we call it a no makeup look. There is no foundation to the point of heavier liquid foundation involved. It's only spot concealing and under eyes here. For the most part, I think my under eyes look just fine. I don't see any wearing away of the concealer. There are different types of concealers people prefer that work for them. There could be a full coverage concealer, a more matte concealer. But for the most part, I think the Pretty Vulgar concealer that I had was light to medium, and I think you guys, the coverage was light to medium, and I think you guys saw that I was able to spot conceal here and here with 2 layers, which actually ended up covering it a lot better. And then once you put your powder on or bronzer on, of course that's going to lessen the visual of seeing the imperfections. So all in all, I like this look. This is what I do, I wouldn't say on a daily basis, but when I do have to go out. I didn't really go out and run errands just yet. I've been cleaning at home, which I hate cleaning all day long. So there are different concealers for everyone out there. They have matte concealers, which I do not have a matte concealer, and the one that I use, Pretty Vulgar, did not claim to be. But there are creamy thick concealers, there are high coverage concealers, there are thin concealers and thick consistency concealers. The Pretty Vulgar concealer is not thick because, just personally for me, the thick concealers, I do want to try Tarte Shape Tape, which I think is more of a full coverage, but for me, I like the lighter concealers, the lighter consistency, thinner, because they do not crease, have the look of creasing as much as a, say, thick concealer. And then when you put powder on a thinner consistency concealer, it's not going to look as cakey. And I think people, they have a tendency to either put too thick of a concealer on and then continue to go ahead and follow it up with powder, and then it just looks cakey. or they just put too much concealer on and they layer it a little bit too much. So I just used 2 layers to cover what I needed. And if you do have a concealer like what I use, the thinner consistency, and even a second go around on it, layer is not concealing it, then that means you probably need to just get a thicker concealer and use it just once, 1 layer, and it should conceal. But guys, that is all I had. I hope you enjoyed the way that I do my makeup, no makeup looks. I have done prior looks that I've called makeup, no makeup, and I will switch it around as to what I do. But this was geared more towards concealing spots and things like that. But this is a makeup, no makeup look in my eyes, simply because there was no liquid foundation. I've done a makeup, no makeup look without any powder foundation, but only translucent powder. However, this one did have a light foundation on my skin. I actually used the lighter foundation, which was in powder form. So I just wanted to show you guys what I did, and hopefully it will help some of you that want a lighter, more crisp look to your face to actually conceal and kind of erase the appearance of your dark circles and things like that without looking like you've got makeup on. Now I feel that I look like I have makeup on because I did the highlighter and everything. Of course, that is not necessary. But guys, that's it. If you have any questions for me, please leave it in the comments down below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to look at the rest of my videos and find out if this is the channel for you and you want to subscribe, go ahead and do so. But for right now, till the next video, we'll see you later.